This video was recorded at the FIFA 17 capture event. I was invited by EA Sports, who gave me early access to FIFA 17 and covered the cost of my meals throughout the day. The ratings of the players and some transfers are not final. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new video here on the FUTWIZ channel. So this is an introduction to squad building challenges, a new game mode within Ultimate Team on FIFA 17. So it is a new mode that tests your squad building skills in exchange for exclusive squad building challenge rewards. The idea behind it is that you will permanently exchange players from your club in order to complete these challenges, and by doing so you're going to receive some pretty cool rewards such as players, packs and coins. Now at the capture event we were able to try out a couple of the squad building challenges, and I thought I would record them for you guys today. The first one I tried out was within the basic category and it's called Gold Upgrade. So we just need to exchange some of our unwanted gold players for a pack, a 2 rare gold player pack. So a couple of decent players to add into the Ultimate Team for some non-rare rubbish players that we weren't really looking forward to keeping anyway. So the rules for this one were simple. We just needed to put 11 players into the squad and amass at least 80 chemistry together, and every single player had to be at least gold, so we can't have any bronzes or silvers in this squad. So I start things off with a lower rated goalkeeper, and then I think, you know what, we're gonna stick with this league to get the chemistry up, so the La Liga Santander, and I'm gonna go with some non-rare players, ones that I wouldn't mind if they got discarded and exchanged. So as you can see, I just waddle through the squad. I managed to stick all the players in, and eventually we get to the left wing spot, and I've only got Musonda there, and I really don't want to trade him in because he's a player that I like within my Ultimate Team, and I don't want to discard him. So I know that with chemistry isn't such an issue. We only needed to amass 80 chem, and we were really close to 100 anyway, so I put a left midfielder in there, and then realised that maybe I've got a non-rare keeper to put in order to complete this challenge. So as you can see, all the ticks are green on the left hand side, and we managed to submit this squad and complete the challenge. So the first squad building challenge here is complete, the Gold Upgrade Squad Building Challenge. For that we did receive a pack, and I'm going to show you that pack right now. The players that we got weren't spectacular, I'm not going to lie. We got an English striker from West Ham, of course Andy Carroll, and I believe Bas Dost was the other player in the pack. Yes, Bas Dost and Andy Carroll were my two players that we got, but of course you guys could get something completely different. So I thought, you know what, that was pretty easy, and we were able to exchange a couple of our unwanted players. So let's step it up a notch, shall we? We're going for the 5 Nations hybrid within the advanced category in the squad building challenges. So we obviously have a new set of requirements in order to receive a premium silver pack. So we need exactly 5 nations in this squad, with players from the same nation, a maximum of 3, minimum of 70 rating for the squad overall, and a minimum of 80 chemistry. There needs to be 11 players in the squad, and out of those 11 players, exactly 5 of them need to be rare. So I start things off and I think, okay, well, we've got quite a low overall rating, so maybe I could get away with putting a silver goalkeeper in. If I put a silver rare goalkeeper, that almost sort of starts the requirements ticking off. You know, we've got one of our 5 rares, we've got a lower rated player, so he's obviously not going to be worth as much. And then I thought, well, we can have a maximum of 3 of the same nation within the squad. So if I get some strong linked Spaniards that I definitely don't really want to keep in my club and get the chemistry links right, we're going to start building on that chemistry because we need at least 80 when this squad is done. I then, at this point in time, I think I was struggling to realise that I didn't need to branch out and do different leagues. However, there was the issue of you needed exactly 5 nations within this challenge, within this particular squad, and I would probably struggle to get 11 players with 5 different nations in just a La Liga team, because we didn't have all of the players on the game and there weren't too many players out on the market. So eventually I would have got to a point where I probably only had Spanish players left and I just wouldn't have been able to complete the team. So I needed to branch off and hybrid out a little bit. So we moved leagues, we stuck a couple of Brazilians in there, a little bit of a Brazilian trio in the midfield. I then stick in a couple of other players from the La Liga. I figured that would be a good option to try and go down if we possibly could, and then ended up sticking another Spanish player in there, so we needed to change him out. I put Ochoa into the squad because he was only an 80 rated goalkeeper. I figured, you know what, we can probably get away with getting rid of him. It doesn't really matter too much. So we've currently got our 5 rare players in. Every other player that I stick in now has to be either a different nationality, because we need to get up to 5 nations, and he needs to get the right chemistry, and they need to be high enough rated to keep the team rated over 70. So you can see there's lots of things going through your head at any given point in time whilst doing this. I nearly put Palacio in just for Footwiz Dan, but I decided against it in the end because he's probably worth a few more coins than this particular Argentine striker. I find myself a non-rare Argentine left midfielder, and we managed to complete the challenge. So it wasn't the most sort of, you could do it definitely a lot easier than this. I managed to get 97 chem and a 79 rated team. I only needed 80 chem and a 70 rated team. So we could have probably done it on a slightly better budget. However, we were limited to the players we had at the capture event. So I'm sure you guys can go out there and do a lot better. But we've now taken on the 5 Nations hybrid, and we won ourselves a little silver pack. I'm going to go straight on into the 7 Nation challenge. Let's make this one a little bit more difficult, and once again we've just got rid of another 11 of our players in the club, so it's going to be even more difficult for me to get rid of unwanted players because we need exactly 7 nationalities. Players from the same nation can be 3 again at a maximum. This time we need to get a minimum of an overall team rating of 80, which is a lot higher than before, and we need a minimum of 85 chemistry for the 11 players in the squad. However, there is no rule about which players need to be rare or non-rare. We don't have a limit on that, so that's one thing that's freed up and can make it slightly easier for us. So at this point in time, I realised we didn't really need to stray too far away from just having a 1 league squad. Let's try and complete this nice and easily, and I decided to go for the French Ligue 1. I know I had a lot of players from this league, and there were a lot of different nations, so we wouldn't struggle to fit, you know, a few Frenchmen in there, and then have players from the likes of, you know, Argentina or Italy. There are lots of different types of players in this league. So I start building the squad, and I'm trying to put some slightly lower rated players in there, but of course I'm making sure that we get an exact 7 nationalities into the team. And that can be difficult because you're tempted to just put French players into the squad. And as you can see here, I switch out my striker because I realise I'm probably going too far on the Frenchman, and I have another Ivorian there. And then we stick a Frenchman in at left midfield. However, it's not quite right. We haven't completed all of the different requirements. We're lacking on overall team rating, and we have too many players from the same nation. So time to switch out some of our players. This non-rare silver is going to have to go for someone higher rated and, well, probably more expensive because we need to complete the challenge correctly. So as you can see here, we managed to get it right so that there were only a maximum of 3 Frenchmen in the squad. However, we still didn't have that rating right. So I started adding in different players that were slightly higher rated. Again, more valuable, and we're getting closer here. We need an overall rating of 80, and we've only got 78 or 79 at this point in time. Rabiot, I'm afraid, is going to have to get replaced with someone that I don't really want, which in this case is Toulon. He may be a high-rated player, but I don't like his stats, so I figured he's probably not going to be that expensive. I was then able to switch out and tap for a lower-rated Frenchman, and as you can see, we've perfectly matched the requirements there. Exactly 7 nationalities with the perfect team chemistry and overall rating, so we are able to submit this 7 nation challenge, all within 1 league to keep it nice and easy. So we complete the challenge, and we do manage to get a pack. It was a jumbo premium gold pack, and I'm going to open it for you right now. This is going to be the end of the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, feel free to smash a like on the video. We managed to get Camacho, an 81 rated CDM from La Liga in this particular pack, so not the greatest thing in the world considering we have just exchanged 11 players, but Hernandez was in there, and we got some good contracts and other players too. We also get a great striker there in Correa, who is a top striker in La Liga, probably worth a few thousand coins. I hope you guys have enjoyed your introduction to squad building challenges. Now don't forget, whilst you're completing these, you could pick players up off the market as well. However, at the capture event, there just wasn't that many people out there in order for us to pick up the players that we would have needed in order to make this truly profitable. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.